have a little story for you. Seems though we had two friends, Jim and Stan. Stan was a game warden, and Jim, he was an avid fisherman. I mean, this guy would take and go fishing at the drop of a hat. So here he comes in to the dock one day, been out fishing in the morning, comes up to the dock. His friend, the game warden, standing there. The boat pulls into the dock. The game warden looks down the boat, and it is just loaded with fish. I mean, it is right up to the gunnels. Game warden looks down and he says, "My God, man," he says, "what are you doing? You can't catch all those fish. It's against the law. Look at them. They're out of season. They're oversized. They're undersized. What are you doing?" His friend's standing there all the time, yeah. And the whole time he's talking, he's throwing these fish into burlap bags, loading them into the trunk of his car. The game warden says to him, he says, "Look," he says, "you're lucky." He says, "I was here today," he says, "and I saw you." He says, "Suppose somebody else would have been here and caught you." He says, "Do you realize how much money that would have cost you?" He says, "They would have taken you to court." He says, "It would have probably cost you $15,000 to pay that fine." He says, "Look," he says, "next Saturday, I'll meet you down here." He says, "I got the day off." He says, "You and I will go out fishing." He says, "I'll be with you." He says, "Keep you from catching the wrong size fish, the ones that's out of season." He says, "You won't get in any trouble then." So his friend says, "All right." He says, "I'll see you next Saturday." Next Saturday comes. Both the fellows go out in the boat. Ranger's sitting there. He's tying his hooks and his weights on his fishing pole. His friend reaches down his tackle box, picks up a stick of dynamite, holds it to his cigarette, throws it over. About 15 seconds later, all these fish come floating to the surface from the explosion. They're all stunned. This guy's out there with a net, and he is just scooping them up like mad and throwing them into the boat. And this warden's sitting there, and he's going, "Oh, my God." And I'm in the boat with him. He says, "You can't be doing this. It's against the law. You can't be using dynamite to be fishing. Look at all of them. They're all the wrong size." He says, "They're not the right type of fish." His friend's reaching down into the box while he's talking. Picks up another stick of dynamite, lights it, hands it to the game warden. He says, "Here, are you going to fish or are you going to talk all day?" Okay.